Scottish Government's in the process of producing new sex and parenthood education materials. Now, some of the materials for older children are absolutely disgusting, a lot of the messages delivered are dangerous, and an awful lot of it amounts to just sheer indoctrination. I've already made one video about the early years section that covers ages 3 to 5. To summarise very quickly, it's intended to undermine the idea that mum and dad and the kids is in some way natural or normal or the best or an ideal. It's presented as just one among many equally valid family forms. The foundations are laid to transgender ideology, and there's some unnecessary terminology about genitals. But in this video I'm going to move on to stage 1, which is covering 5 to 8-year-olds. So think about 5 to 8-year-olds, so we're talking about the very beginning of primary school. Visualize those kids. Now the same messages come through as before. For example, all family forms are equal. We get this.
These are the families I know. These are the families I know. They may not get along, or they may get along great. Everyone has a different family, but they all wear underwear.
So there we are. Any and every combination of males and females makes up a family, and they all wear underwear. In other words, they're all the same. It's all just people being a family. So a single mother, is there any idea that maybe that's not ideal? Maybe it would be better if there was a dad on the scene? No, not at all. They're all absolutely equally valid. Now, the claim would be made that the motivation behind this is to prevent children from minority family setups from being bullied. But it's not really about that. Think about, say, children in care who sadly don't have any family. Why are they not included? Might they not be bullied? They're not included because that's not part of the agenda that's being promoted here. It's a revolutionary agenda in terms of sexuality and family life that's been promoted to the kids from the very youngest age. Now, just in case the message hasn't got through to the 5 to 8-year-olds yet, we've got a video from Stonewall for them to be shown as well. Now, this video shows kids who live in families with 2 mums, 2 dads, etc. And the kids answer questions, and they're really cute, and they're good-humoured and whatever. The message is obvious. There's no logical message, but the implication is, oh, this is all perfectly normal and all great, even though the fact that you can't conclude anything about the benefits or otherwise of different family forms by how cute the kids are. But never mind, let Stonewall put their propaganda right into the beginning of primary school. Right, on to the transgender indoctrination. Right, this is from the teacher's notes, 5 to 8-year-olds. Today we're learning about gender. After we're born, people start to see us and think about us as a boy or a girl, even if they don't know whether we have a vulva or a penis. This is when being a boy or girl is called our gender. Well, that's just gibberish. It doesn't make any sense, but you can see it's planting this seed. You can choose if you're a boy or a girl. It's just people have that view of you, but if you want to be something different, then that's entirely up to you. Let's see what else the teachers are advised to say. Sometimes people say, a boy can't wear that, or a girl can't wear that. Then you ask the class, have you ever heard someone say such a thing? How does it make you feel if someone tries to say you can't do that because you're a girl or a boy? Obviously, the answer is supposed to be, I don't like it when people tell me I can't do something because I'm a girl or a boy. But that's talking about what you wear. So boy puts a dress on. Mum or dad says, no, they're for girls. Boy thinks, how dare you? My teachers told me at school that you shouldn't say that to me. You shouldn't tell me that I shouldn't wear that just because I'm a boy. So undermining parents, and again ushering children down the road towards cross-dressing, transgenderism, and a life blighted with a serious emotional and psychological problem. Recommended books along the same lines: Are You a Boy or Are You a Girl? And Jacob's New Dress. So what are we on to next? How is a baby made? Baby is made by grown-ups. To make a baby you need a tiny little egg from a woman, and you need a seed called the sperm from a man. Woman's egg grows inside a body, inside a part called the ovaries. Every month a woman makes an egg. A man's sperm made in his testes, where they're inside a bag of skin that hangs behind the penis. Now, some of the information there. Okay, I'd maybe move it up a level to the 8 to 11 stage. But okay, right, what next? When the egg and the sperm come together, they can start a baby. This is called fertilization. The woman's egg and the man's sperm can come together in different ways. Oh. What could they be? One way is that the woman and man love each other and they have sex. This is a special thing that grown-ups can do. When they have sex, the man's penis goes inside the woman's vagina and sperm comes out and goes to meet the egg inside the woman's body. I'd say I think that's unnecessarily explicit for that age. I'd move that up in age. But again, this is one way that it can happen, just one of the ways. Another way, given equal prominence in this presentation, is that a doctor can help. For some babies, they start when the egg and sperm come together in a hospital and the doctors put the egg back into the woman. Another way is that some babies come together when a man gives the sperm to the woman and she puts it in so that she can make a baby. When the agenda is obvious, again, they're trying to normalize any and every reproductive method so that any and every combination of men and women can form a family and have children, and that's regarded as equally valid and perfectly normal. Just in case kids haven't got the message yet, it's a bit more explicit in the teacher's notes. Can gay lesbian people have babies? Gay or lesbian people can be mums or dads too. At the start, to make a baby, you need an egg from a woman and the seed or semen from a man. Only a woman can be pregnant and give birth to a baby. Surely that's a mistake. Surely that's a bit of a slip-up. Surely in this day and age they should say men and women can be pregnant. But anyway, maybe they'll correct that in a future version of the materials. Well, we've seen the LGBT and T themes dominating all of the other areas as well. But now we're on to a lesson that's specifically about LG and B issues. So here we go. What is heterosexual? What is lesbian, gay and bisexual? Remember, this is for ages 5 upwards. We say a person is gay when a person loves someone of the same gender. This can be 2 men together or 2 women together. We can also say that women who love each other are lesbian. Then this is inadequate here. When it's talking about love, it's meaning sexual attraction, and yet it's not willing to introduce that theme, and so this topic can't really make sense at this age, so it shouldn't be being taught at this age. In any case, right, let's see what we've got next. We say a person is bisexual when they feel they can be in love with a person who is the same gender as them or someone of a different gender. For love translate to sexually attracted to. There they are, wrapped in the rainbow flag, the political symbol of the LGBT movement. I mean, this could have been written by Stonewall. In fact, literally, it probably was. Right, again, another teaching resource for the 5 to 8 year olds. What is love? It's all love. Again, when they mean love, they're meaning sexual attraction, sexual activity. So all sexual activity and all those kinds, it's all the same. And that's just taught as a fact from age 5 upwards. And our next teaching resource is a Disney-style video of 2 quite young boys falling in love. In case you're wondering, I didn't edit out the heterosexual couple falling in love. There wasn't anything about this. But watch this. Just before I conclude, one more thing just to mention quickly. Look at this. People who help me and look after me. I can identify the adults in my life who care for me and look after me. Why do you need to teach kids about this? But you can imagine, list the adults who care for you. Well, there's teacher, there's doctor, there's mum, there's named person, there's dad, and they all go in a list together. What's the sort of tacit implication there? There's all these people, they're sort of put on the same plane, whereas actually mum and dad are far and away the most important, and that's far and away the strongest relationship that the children have. Does this just begin to undermine it and suggest that these state actors are on a similar level? I think it does, and I think it's intended to. So you can judge for yourself whether that's the sort of thing you think should be taught to 5 to 8 year olds in Scottish primary schools. It's interesting with this material, we show it to people and quite a few people refuse to believe it. I mean, these are the official government resources provided to be used in schools. Schools that decide not to use them, they've got to use equivalent resources to fulfill the same guidelines. As though people want to, or are determined to, bury their head in the sands rather than take a stand on this really crucial issue and to protect children from this sort of material. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see the coming episodes looking at some of the more graphic and disturbing and frankly disgusting material that's been produced for the older age groups. Now, in the news recently, there's been a case about a Birmingham primary school, mainly Muslim clientele. Now, they objected to an LGBT education program in the school. They protested outside the school, and they actually got it withdrawn for the time being. In any case, well done to the Muslims for taking a stand right behind them. But that wouldn't work here, because that scheme in Birmingham was one deputy head teacher taking it on himself to push that in a particular way. In Scotland, it's from the top. It's government policy. So parents protesting, it might make a little bit of difference. Ultimately, it's not. It's a political issue. Quite a bit of the material I've covered here would be the sort of thing that's been promoted by the Thai campaign, the group who've demanded LGBTI inclusive education, as they call it, which is the sort of indoctrination you've got here. Not a single MSP has spoken out against it. Not a single party in Holyrood has opposed it. That's why I can't vote for any of them. And that's why we need a new party to fill the void in Scottish politics. And that's what we're here for. So we're a political party. There's a link below. If you want to join us, that would be fantastic. Thanks for watching.